What is up, Flosstube? Welcome to my Flosstube channel about cross stitching. I am Haley, the Brigham House Stitcher. Welcome, and thank you for coming back. I got lots to share with you this time. Last video was very low energy. I'd lost my mojo. I'd lost my drive. Everything in life was kind of like meh. That's how I felt for a long time. Just like, but I'm going to try, be peppy. Life's much better. Yeah, so let's see. Let's talk about the progression. So after the last video, the next day was Saturday, and I decided to put away all my cross stitch stuff, right? Like everything that had, all the projects that had not been like UFO'd or anything like that, any of the stash that I had bought that I hadn't put away in my craft cabinet, the projects from Stitch West and all this stuff from Stitch West that I hadn't put away. I decided I put it all in a pile in the middle of my floor, and I decided to go through it and put it away meticulously. So like, if I had bought any thread, it went back meticulously. I had, sitting on the floor, I had just like a rainbow of things. So like tools, floss from kits that were done or something like that, patterns, garbage, this, that, just like, it took me 2 hours to go through and put away all my cross stitching stuff. And as I was going through it and putting it away, like I'd pull out a project and I'd be like, oh, that's really pretty. Why did I stop stitching on that? And then, you know, I set aside a whole UFO bag. And I was like, oh, but those are so pretty. No, you haven't stitched on them in 6+, 7+, almost a year plus, you know, whatever it was. But then I did find some excitement for it again. Everything was put away nicely, and I had gone through the projects, and I was like, oh, this one's so pretty, this one's so pretty. So I decided to take a page out of the Runner Stitchers book and not necessarily make a game, but I decided that each day would be dedicated to a whip that I felt connected with. I laid out all my whips right in front of me on the floor, laid them all out, and I looked at each one and the pattern, and any one that I felt like, oh, yes, it's going to be beautiful when you finish, or, oh yeah, I had so much fun stitching on that. That went into the maybe pile. And then anything I didn't feel connected with, that went into the we're going to put away for now pile. And then I came up with how many? 9 whips that I felt connected with, that I wanted to stitch on, that I looked at and was like, oh, yes, I want to do that. So I came up with 9 whips. And you're going to see them all tonight. But then I made a schedule. So just like I have Let Freedom Ring on Saturday and I have Wendy's Wedding Whip on Sunday, I was like, you know what? Each one of these whips deserves a day. Okay? I get off a little bit earlier from work. I'm not closing every night like I used to be. So I have a little bit of time before bedtime to stitch. So let's just give it an hour each night. Stitch on it and everything's fine. So made a schedule, and here is what it looks like. I know it doesn't look like much, but I tried to make it as pretty as possible so that I would want to work on it, fill it out, that sort of thing. So let's come in close here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and each of these represents something. And then we have these banners here that either have a star or a frowny face in them. And then we have this line here at the bottom. Okay, so Monday is Primitive Village. So let's take a look at that. You guys haven't seen this one in a long time. Now, when you look at that, don't you think that that's going to be so just like beautiful on a wall? It's going to be so beautiful. I saw it and I was like, oh, yes, look at each one of those houses. They're so cute. They're so cute. Why'd you stop stitching on it? You spaz. Oh, where's my Primitive Months of the Year Village by NARAxStitchPatterns on Etsy. Started this May 2024, so it's been a year. It's on 16 count Zweigart Ada gridded, DMC 2/1. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. So only 3 of the squares are done. May was half done. We worked on the borders for these months because, you know, tragedy struck and we just had to do what we could. And so that's where we were last time. I don't have stats on this one because the digital is weird. So there's where it was last time. And just 2 days of stitching on this one after work. And this is where we're at. So I am working in June because I started in June on the schedule here. So I just started on the little house in the middle. I didn't want to work on the border. I think I'm burnt out on borders from these 3 months. So I just got a little bit of the house there. And I think that's good. For 2 days, I think some stitches are better than none. So it is 2 windows and the front of the house. Let's see if we can, I won't show you the pattern, but I will show you. There. That's what it's going to look like. The little chickens in the yard, how cute are they? But I mean, look at how cute July's house is. So cute. So, I mean, I don't expect to get this done in June. I don't expect to get June done in June. But I think any progress is progress. And that's what we're going with. Okay. One more look. Slow and steady wins the race. Right, but it's not a race. Stitch on what you want, when you want, and everything will be beautiful. Okay. Then we have here Tuesday. This one represents, see, this here looks like a primitive village. I don't know if you can see it or if it's focused. This one here is creation. Where are you? Here you are. This one you guys haven't seen for a long time as well. This is, get all the things ready. This is Creation by Praying Hands. Started at October 2024. It's 18 count Zweigart, DMC 2/1. Let me see if I have a, yeah. This one is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. Adam and Eve in the tree, and then an alphabet. Now, it's not the best picture, but this is what it looked like last time you guys saw it. Very scant. I do remember that I didn't have all the colors for it, and so it was very scant for a long time. I could only do that green and brown color, and then a little bit of that red. So that's what it looked like last time. And I went to Hobby Lobby last Saturday, and I picked up the other floss that I was missing. So here's where it is now. We got some of the darker green filled in, the corner flower motifs, some leaves on the tree, the bottom darkness here, and 3 letters, if I could count. So, once again, good progress for only working on it 2 days. There we go. So I'm proud of that. The reason I chose this one for the schedule was because look at how close it is. Look at how close it is to being done. If I finish it, then I can start a new something. And, you know, finish what you start, Haley. Finish what you start. I mean, I think those flower motifs up top look so good. Okay. And once again, progress is progress. Get in there. Get in there, all of you. Get in there. So that is my Tuesday stitch. Okay. Then Wednesday, this one. You got any guesses what that might be? I talked about in the last video wanting to start Lothlorien again because it's beautiful and pretty. But when I pulled it out and I saw Rivendell and Lothlorien side by side, I liked Rivendell better. So this is what it's gonna look like. Welcome to Rivendell by CountryMagicStitch. Got it on Etsy. Do I have a card for it? I should have a card for it. Here it is. Started December 2024. Fabric is 28 count Zweigart Lugana. It's all DMC and stitched 2/1. Yes. This is what it looked like last time you saw it. Last time we had 956 stitches out of 22,528. It was at 4.24% done. This time we are at 1,199 stitches. We are at 5.32%. So we basically got like a whole percent done in 2 days. Progress. For a second I was like, uh-oh, where'd it go? It's right here. Okay. Again, small progress, but still progress. So, filled in some green, filled in some gray. And I like stitching on this fabric. It's nice. And I pulled it out and I went to my sister and I go, I need project bags. It's a Ziploc bag. I'm like, I need project bags. We'll see if she makes me any. Speaking of which, also on Saturday, we went to my girlfriend's quilt shop in Logan, Utah. That's the name of the shop, my girlfriend's quilt shop. And have you ever had those days where you just need to spend ridiculous amounts of money? Yeah, those days. I spent $150 on fat quarters for project bags that I don't even make. Beautiful fabric. It was down here, but my sister put it away because We had to get a bigger tote for me. But it's mostly all like fabric for the inside lining. Not the outside, really. So there's that. Okay. Thursday. Thursday is this one. Can you guess what Thursday is? Thursday is... Where are you? My little sweet. Thursday is another one that you guys haven't seen for a long time. The Name of Jesus by My Big Toe. Pull it out of the plastic so you can see what it's supposed to look like. I know, it's ambitious. It's very ambitious. And I changed all the colors too. I mean, technically speaking, there's only 2 colors in this, but I changed them. So that's what it's supposed to look like. Here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. Last time we were at 2,641 stitches out of 25,905 stitches. We were at 10.19% done. This time we're at 2,956 stitches. We are at 11.41%. So that's what it looked like last time. Where's my card? Okay. I saw it on the Prairie Home Stitcher. She was stitching it. Started it December 11th, 2024. It's 32 count Lugana in the color Almond by Hand Dyes by Jim on Etsy. Using DMC, stitching it 2/1. So here's where we are now. So I just worked in that top border, that red. Again, I also love stitching on this. See, just that red border. I mean, it's very pretty, and of course, we all know that I messed up on this one. Okay, counted cross stitch is proving to be difficult for me in the fact that apparently I don't know how to count. I find so many mistakes every time I come back to a project. I'm like, that's wrong. That's so off, but we're gonna roll with this one, okay? If you can't tell what the mistake is, then we're all good. Because there are 2 major mistakes, which we have talked about on this channel, but if you're new here and you can't see the mistakes, I'm not going to point them out to you. Okay, so we're almost done with this border. And then we can start working on another word. So, that's exciting. For just 2 days? 2 days of work? I think this schedule thing is really going to work out for me. I think it's going to be good. And like, I'm not going to be bored with anything. And I'm going to get so much done. Okay. Friday. This one's going to be a little bit harder to guess. Friday is the Governor's Palace. Of course, I had to stitch this one. I couldn't not. Okay. That's what it's going to look like. The Governor's Palace, designed by Ceil Humphreys. It was a kit I picked up in Colonial Williamsburg. So it's kit fabric, kit floss. Started it. Do I have a card for this one? Started November 28th, 2024. Stitching it 2/1. Here's what it looked like last time you saw it. And here's where it's at now. You're probably going, Haley, where did you stitch? I don't understand. Right about here in the driveway. My pattern, I keep leaving at work because this was a work stitch, and I keep leaving the pattern at work. So I've got to remember to bring that home if I'm going to stitch on this every single Friday, which I didn't stitch on it today because of Flosstube. But I'm working in the driveway, and if you can see there, this part here is full crosses, and this here is just a half cross, which they're all going to be full crosses. But I thought I was working this one, and I would work up one way and then cross it on the way down, and then up and down and up and down and up and down. And I was like, is there a better way to do this? And I thought, well, what if I just did half cross all this, and then I come back later and do half cross this way. So I've got the half crosses one way, but I need to go back and do the half crosses the other way, and the half crosses are going much faster. It's just a running back stitch. Pretty sure that's what it is. And it's a lot cleaner. So that's where we are on that one. Put all the things away. Loud crinkly noises. Okay. Then Saturday, as you know, is Let Freedom Ring, which I did a dove and a church because, like, it's the closest thing I had to an eagle and a government building. So we're rolling with it, okay? Oh, hold still. Don't move. Don't move. Sit. Okay. As you all know, I want to sing the Martina McBride song every time I say Let Freedom Ring. That's what it's supposed to look like when it's done. Doing the stitch along hosted by the Crow River Stitcher. I am behind. I am so behind. Okay. Where's my card on this one? Where is my card? Okay, no card. Cool. I know the fabric's here somewhere. I know it's vintage country mocha. But what's the count? Oh, here it is. Hand dyes by Jim, Lugana 28 count vintage mocha. I started it January 4th, 2025. Using all the called for. Okay. Oh, here it is. All the stuff. Okay. It's by Lila Studio. Last time, we were at 7,639 stitches out of 35,726. We were at 21.38% done. This time, we're at 8,413, which we are supposed to be by tomorrow at 10,534. So we are 2,000 stitches behind. It's so hard having this major project on a Saturday when I've got errands to run. It's my only day off because Sunday I don't run errands, just go to church and then spend time with family. So like Saturday's my day to get stuff done. To like get out of the house and like not be at work. So it's really hard to do a major stitch like this and keep on track on Saturdays. It's really hard. Especially when like it's summertime now and like we're gardening and my garden looks so good right now. My creeping thyme, sorry, side tangent. My creeping thyme is in bloom and oh, it's so beautiful. I have these 4 huge plants. They're 3 years old now. Bigger than this, you know, bigger than this, and they're blooming right now and they're white. And they're so pretty and the bees are in them all the time. And then my woolly thyme is also blooming. They bloom purple though. So pretty. So it's like this green and this purple. They're so pretty. And then I bought new lavender and they're like doing well. So I love my garden. And I put wind chimes up in my garden and a bench so you can go and sit under the trellis and listen to the wind chimes and just... So it's really hard to do a lot of stitching on Saturday. But anyways, tangent over. Yeah, we'll just show it one more time. There's where we were before. And here is where we are now. So I finished filling in this, the Let Freedom Ring, and I started working on the bell up top. So we're getting there. We're getting there. And I did, the word is supposed to be black, but I changed it to blue. I thought it was prettier. And it is. It's so much prettier. And then, you know, the bell. Slowly but surely. Oh, another story if you got the time. See this needle minder? I made this out of buttons that I bought at a local shop. Okay. And they were all Harry Potter. They didn't have anything, like, I like Harry Potter, but I'm not like a huge fan of Harry Potter. So I made needle minders out of them. And I was like, okay, I can't have a Harry Potter needle minder when I'm working on Rivendell. I've got to have a Lord of the Rings needle minder. So what did I do? In my need to spend lots of money, I bought a button maker. I bought a button maker and I've been making buttons like crazy. Well, taking the pins out of the back and just making the buttons to turn into needle minders, and I think I might have a problem. Okay? I think I might have a problem. The problem is that I don't know if they're going to work, these needle minders. Because I grabbed one to put in the Rivendell one, and it wasn't holding the needle. So here, let me show you one that I've made. And I took my Just Cross Stitch magazines and I took pictures of cross stitches and turned them into buttons. Oh, can you see? What, get my face out of there? I don't know. It's blurry and the ring light is showing, but anyways, there's that. And I mean, my Harry Potter ones work, but oh, there we go. It works now. I put 2 magnets on the back instead of 1, and it seems to, it works. It works. Okay. Problem solved. I've been having a blast making these things. But apparently I need 2 buttons on the back, even if it is metal. Before we get to like the finale and stuff, let me show you my buttons. I won't show you every single one, okay? Okay, so first I started with just a magazine, like country living, better homes and garden, and just taking pictures and turning them into buttons. Now, these are 2-inch buttons, and they're not needle minder friendly. Like, these are huge. You don't want to put that on your project, but they're so much prettier than the tiny buttons because you get a full picture. But, you know, anyways, and then you got the smaller ones. That one's stitching related because it's floss. Okay, so that's all the regular magazine ones, not the cross-stitch themed ones. These are the 2-inch cross-stitch themed ones. Now let me show you the absolute cutest one. Where are you, my love? Why isn't she up front? There she is. Look at how darling she is. So cute. And then, of course, you know, where's that? Look at this one. And then, okay, I swear I'm not going to show you them all. Oh, look at this one. Okay. How cute. So cute. So, those are the 2-inch buttons that are cross-stitch themed. So cute. And here's the other small ones. These are kind of perfect needle minder size, so I need to make more of these, but it's really hard to find an image that works on this teeny little thing. Spin. It's like a Halloween one. It's like a haunted house. And then this is supposed to be like coffee mugs with the design in the coffee. And then Santa, and there's another cute one. Oh, Halloween. It's like a skull in a potion bottle. It's not like, it is. And then a little haunted house with a crow. I think I saw somebody stitching this. But anyways, so I've been going crazy making buttons. Now I just need to turn them into needle minders. So there's that tangent. So before we get to the finale, which is Wendy's wedding whip, because that's the one that I'm this close to getting done, let's talk about the other 2 whips, because 7 days a week, but I chose 9. So this smiley face, this frowny face, or the star, that is my bedtime whip, and I only worked on it 2 times in the past 2 weeks because when I go to bed, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't want to sit in bed and stitch and count. I want to go to bed. That's what I want to do. But my bedtime stitch is, I don't have a, here. You can't read the pattern from back here. It's the Shadows on the Moon pattern by, crikey, where's my Halloween book? I'm going to have to say her name. Hang on. Sorry. Where is my Halloween book? There we go, found it. Creepy Cross Stitch by Lindsay Swearingen. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's on linen in the color Blue Wing. It's 28 count. And I think I said this when I showed you guys last time. I'm not a big fan of the fabric. Oh, this picture is blurry. This is where it was last time. Just this little bit. So not much, because I was missing major colors. But like I said, we went to Hobby Lobby and we got the remaining colors that I could find. For some reason, 822 is nowhere to be found, not on Etsy or anywhere. And then 318 as well. Can't find it at Etsy, on Etsy, can't find it at Hobby Lobby. Everybody's using that color. Now, I know we talked about this last time, about how I'm horrible at counting, but I counted it 3 times. So if it's wrong, we're going with it. So that's what I got done. But as I was doing this, I noticed, if you can tell, there's a tear in the fabric. Oh yeah, right there by my eye. Now it's on my forehead. You see that tear? I know you can. There. How many? Oh, it's such a big tear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 vertical strands are ripped. And I don't know if I did that or if I bought it like that, or if it happened when I put this hoop on, but I'm not quite sure what to do about it. Carry on. Carry on. So that's my bedtime stitch, which I've only worked on twice. But you know what? Sleep is important too. Sleep is very important. Okay, so then the other one, this line here that I've written in, and this here that says day off, this is my work whip. So the whip that I work on at work. This is the one that has seen the most progress, because I've got 5 days a week that I touch it, and sometimes work is slow and sometimes work is fast, but I touched it every day except for last Monday. And it is The Inheritance by the Cross-Eyed Cricket, designed by Vicki Hastings. Doing it as the set. Now, let's see. I'm stitching it on Belfast linen. It's vintage country mocha. It's a 32 count. This is what it looked like last time you saw it. I talked about how it's for my sister who I live with. She's a quilter and I'm a stitcher, so I have the quilt and the stitch. There's a girl stitching companion to this piece. Now, it's supposed to be muted and whatnot. Okay, sorry, let me look in the, get it in the camera. It's supposed to be muted, but my sister wanted a very colorful quilt. So she chose the quilt colors, and then the rest of the colors are going to be how it is in the mock-up. Now, these little X's behind her are very light pink, blue, gray, and brown. Okay? Very light. Supposed to go with it, okay? But let me show you my working copy, which I love. Look at the background on that. Okay, is that not fun? I just used a highlighter to, you know, be like, okay, this color goes here and this color goes here, because it helps me work. How fun is that background? I don't think my sister would appreciate it. So we'll see if we go with the muted tones, because, well, it's basically the quilt and then the background. So I could go with kind of crazy colors like this, but then would the companion piece work? I don't know. I mean, those are such fun colors. That would be so much fun. Right? Right? You see her? She's having a blast over there. Okay? So there's where it was the last time you saw it. Here is where it's at now. That's upside down. There it is. So I've got the quilt done. I mean, I do have to back stitch it, but I've got the quilt done, and then I'm working on her silhouette, which as I was doing the black stitches today, I was like, well, first off, I made a mistake in the counting. Who's shocked? Not me. But then also I'm like, the black is very harsh next to these colors, and I'm kind of worried that with the quilt being this color, and then I don't know, like it's supposed to be muted, it's supposed to be like this. I feel like it's supposed to be a memory. That's what I feel like this image is giving. It's giving memory, right? This, not so much memory. This is a vivid memory. So I'm kind of, let me pull out the colors. The colors for the back are SX equal yeah, okay. And O? What am I looking for here? Okay, I think I'm missing the O. Yeah, I'm missing the O, which is supposed to be pale blue gray DMC 928. So I'm missing that one. I need to put that on my list to buy. Okay, but the other colors, well, let me just pull these out. Okay. Hold still, you. Okay. Keep them in order. So here are the colors that are going to be the background. I suppose, now that we're looking at them, I think that's okay. But still the black looks a little harsh. Is that the right word? I don't know. You guys let me know your opinion. Right, okay, let me pull up the image again. Okay. I think these colors go. I think they're okay. This image looks really, really muted. These colors are very vibrant. Even these like blue, pink, and purple that I have in my hand, they're very vibrant compared to this image. Of course, it looks like it was done in 1988, so maybe the colors have changed. Possibly. Possibly. Okay. Pink. And believe it or not, we did not mix those up. Alrighty. Oops, hold still. One last look. Okay. Alright, so that is my work stitch. And now for Sunday, for Wendy's Wedding Whip. My last project. We've got hearts in the church there. For Wendy's Wedding Whip, which is actually called Wedding Sampler by Historical Sampler Company. It was a kit. That's what it's going to look like when it's done, which I have to get done before August. This is what it looked like last time you saw it. Last time we were at 16,316 stitches out of 19,739. We were at 82.66% done. So close to 90%. This time we're at 17,121. We are at 86.74% done. We are just so close. Just so close. So close to reaching that 10% mark. Yeah. I'm on track. I'm on track. Okay. There's where it's at now. I finished the whole top section. So the whole top with the tree and the bride and the groom, that's all done. We need to finish the border and the bottom section. Let me see. Oh, it looks so good. Looks so good. I pushed really hard the last 2 weeks to get stuff done on this. Just checking, make sure. Yep, top section is done. I think it's the border that's hanging me up because I started with the border. I think I started with the top border. And I just busted that out so fast. And then it was so much repeating. It was just the same thing over and over and over again. I got so bored with it. So I just need to push on that. Yeah. Parts of the border that need finished. This flower here, this flower here, all of this. There's something I saw over here. Yep, half of that. Goodness gracious, girl. And the back is a mess. Don't even look there. But anyways, we'll work on it some more on Sunday. We'll get some more done. Progress is progress. Now, by my calculations, if I do at least 380 stitches on it per Sunday, I will be finished in enough time to have it framed before their first anniversary. So we'll get that done. All right. So, I love my schedule. I love putting stickers. I got to do a sticker for Thursday. If I work on the Governor's Palace tomorrow along with Let Freedom Ring, I'll put a sticker there too. But there's my schedule. I like it. It's fun. It keeps me going. Oh, yes. One thing I wanted to talk about with the schedule was, if I stick to it, should I give myself a prize? The prize being starting another project. I mean, wasn't buying myself a button maker a prize. Wasn't spending $150 on fabric a prize. Yes, it was. Here's the deal. Finish some whips and you can start a new one, okay? Even though everybody says, go ahead, start a project. Go for it. I feel like I need to control myself a little bit. Anyways, I think that's all I have. I think so. Yeah. Okay. That's all I have. Oh. I was thinking to myself, I should get the magnets off of that needle minder before I put it away. Here's what it has become. They're all in there now. Okay, that's all. I'll stop rambling. All right. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for your comments and your kindness. And we will see you next time. Bye.